You really wrote the book on how to be safe during severe weather, right?
Yeah, I did. I've written a couple kind of bookending storm weather, how to prepare and how to respond.
Give me a little background just quickly on what it is, how you are the pro at this kind of a thing.
Well, I've been a firefighter for 20 years now,
Okay.
and I've written 3 books, 2 more coming out this year. All but one of those are about family preparation and disaster.
So you've seen what happens after a big-time storm comes through, and you can kind of piece things back the other way of how families can be prepared, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I preach to people that how you respond is how you prepare. So
Sure.
it's best to think about it and have your things all ready before it happens.
So you've brought a few things here. These are just some ideas of what you should have with you, kind of in a kit of sorts, right?
Yes,
in your
absolutely.
safe place?
Yeah, you need a place in your home where it's safe to ride out the storms,
Sure.
and you want the supplies near that area.
Yes, and we always preach from the weather side of things, when it comes to tornadoes, underground's the best place to be, in a basement or something like that.
Yes.
So you'd probably suggest having something of this variety in a Tupperware container?
Yeah, something that's kind of waterproof,
Yes.
but yet easy to get to.
So
when you
what
need
kind
it.
of items should we have here? I see one of the biggest things, a weather alert radio.
Yes, absolutely. And I've got a few examples of a variety of things, but we've got kind of a tools area. We obviously want to know what's happening
Yes.
and when it's safe to come out. And a weather radio is one of the more traditional ways to do that. And you've got apps now that help you out with those type of things for your phones. We got fire extinguishers. We have tools. It's important, and we don't have time to talk about it today, but have a way to shut off your utilities.
Yes.
And this will help you shut off a gas meter if you need to.
Smart thinking.
Flashlights are always important. I recommend a headlamp because that kind of frees up your hands to be able to do some of the other things you need. And another thing is, don't forget about your pets. A lot of people tend to forget that.
Yeah.
They worry about the food and water for their family, but we forget about the other members of the family.
Now that's the next thing. You should have some kind of supplies there stored away, not that you bring with you the day of, but stored there that you can munch on, food, water, right?
Yes, and even little things like candy are kind of good for the spirit. They're not going to... You have the essential food, but also good just to kind of make you feel better.
And you've got some things here like just some spree, some tuna in a package, or just some things that aren't going to perish sitting in that plastic container,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
All right, then what else do you have over here? This looks very important.
And if you're without power and a disaster happens, you're down for a long time, you want to kind of have things to entertain yourselves.
Yes.
So I recommend, of course, I've got some great books that I wrote
Yes.
that I'd recommend.
Yes.
But board games, anything like that, cards to entertain the family, especially kids, because they're going to be scared and it's good to distract them.
I know one thing, too, that we often preach from the other side as well is take a pair of shoes with you.
Yes.
If you've got broken glass or the house is falling down, you want a way to protect your feet.
Yes,
as you climb out.
absolutely. And it's a good idea at night, especially when severe weather is coming in, to have that near your bed, because when that happens in the middle of the night is not the time to be scrambling for your flashlight or your shoes.
Scott, thank you so much. Really quickly, where can we find your books if we want to know more? Got a website or anything?
I've got a website called nextdoorprepper.com, or on Amazon you can find all of them.
Perfect. Scott, thank you so much.
Thank you.